What's up, wrestling fans? There's no intros. We just get right into these videos right now because I couldn't care less today. I just did a video about the Jon Moxley match with Kenny Omega. A match that What Culture did a video defending it as well. Somebody brought to my attention. A defense of the most controversial wrestling match ever. Is that really the most controversial match ever? What Culture, you are okay, What Culture? You must be all marks over there. I'm not even going to watch their video now because a defense of the most controversial wrestling match ever? Man, you guys are assholes. Come on. By the way, all of our channels could be going away soon with all these new YouTube rules, including the COPA rules. All these messages I'm getting today about, does my content, is it provided for kids? Is it supposed to be for kids? I don't know. Probably not. I guess. We define a child or a kid as under 13, so I probably wouldn't want a kid watching this under 13. So, but just to remind you guys, make sure you guys sign up for the email list on joecroninshow.net, my website, but also make sure you sign up on Patreon and follow me on Patreon. It's free to follow me on Patreon, but a lot of you guys are becoming patrons and signing up on Patreon because of this YouTube doomsday crap. So feel free to do that so you can follow me in the unlikely event, but yet likely event that I could have to launch my own private website, which I already have, but you know what I mean? I might have to actually make it a website in the near future. Who knows what will happen with YouTube? But we should be all right. But then again, who knows with the rules and everything here? We're going to talk more about that tonight on Throwdown. But right now, I'm going to go through your comments on my previous video and just respond to them. I haven't read these previously. I haven't screened these. I'm just going to go through them all. There could be people telling me that they hope my mother dies in a fire. Whatever, we're just going to go over them and we're going to read them regardless of what they say. So let me start by just zooming in here real quick. Let me just get this. We'll just expand as big as we can. Notorious said you missed the SCU triple tag team match when I was criticizing earlier. That's true, I did miss that. But that was just as bad as anything because it shouldn't have been a match. It should have been there's no reason why the tag team champions, SCU, should be defending their newly won tag team championships in a tag team match against the team they beat and the team that team beat. It doesn't make any sense at all. It also doesn't make any sense why Christopher Daniels would just know that his team would win and then be attacked at the end by the Lucha Brothers and that he would dress up as Pentagon Trace and fucking attack. The whole thing is retarded. Anyway, Control Tower 53 has a pretty big thing. If it gets hate because this shit is irrelevant. Jim Cornette said it best when he said recently that once WWE admitted it was scripted wrestling, it basically died. Who cares if some of the bumps are real when it's scripted outcome? So in reality, was the Attitude Era great, or was it just Stone Cold, The Rock, and Vince? If you're going to do this, you have to have those types of stars. Selling scripted wrestling alone is lame. Yeah, I don't agree with that it was only Stone Cold, The Rock, and everything. But yeah, you're right basically right. In a way, we don't need all this other crap. We just need, good decent matches with amazing stories. That's all we need, One to Follow says today's soft as wrestling fans. No chair shots to the head, no neck bumps, no apron bumps. I see neck bumps all the time. Guys are always landing on their necks on these flippy floppy things. Anyway, skip, whatever, I get it. Hope AEW keeps doing the opposite because a lot of these fans today would be better off watching Friday night sissy fights. I agree with that. This is wrestling. It's based on violence. I honestly think it's the vocal minority who like to pretend their opinions matter simply because they can on social media. That's true. There's a lot of weirdos on social media. And a lot of times we all fight with them, and then it comes to find out that they're missing chromosomes or have weird illnesses that we don't know about, or they're like 5 or 8, and you're fighting with that person on Twitter. It's like that's why you feel crazy fighting with this person, because you're literally fighting with a 7-year-old who's portraying their account as a 20-something-year-old. That's what it is. Edwin the Ace Acevedo says your take on the rest of the pay-per-view, which was really good, is just as bad as Alvarez and these boomers' takes on Moxley Omega match. What boomers are taking on this match? And I mean, Alvarez isn't a boomer. And what, you know what I mean? You didn't even provide examples of why the other matches were good. You just said my take sucks. Okay, why? I already told you why the tag team match isn't good. The tag team match made no sense. I don't care. You know, it was a fun. I told you it was a fun match. It just didn't make any sense. You can't argue that. It makes no sense. I already told you why. The referee holding back the heel team, getting heat on the referee, and getting the heel team cheered for, right there is, you don't do that. That's just 100% fact. You could show that to any wrestler, any podcaster person, show it to anybody, and they'll tell you, like, that makes no sense. Right there, that's a big glaring problem with that first match. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. It's in my review. Go check it out. I can't believe you thought anything else was that great on the show, to be honest, you know? All right, so the only people hating on it, Sean Harrington, the only people hating on it, Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, who completely come off like tards. They thought everything was legit. They acted as if it was a bloodbath. Dave Meltzer have Foley versus Orton OC title match for 5 stars, which was way more brutal than what Mox and Omega did. That's a great point. That is a great point. Yeah, it seems like a big, weird contradiction here. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how you give much more brutally bloody matches 5s. And it's not even just them, though. It's really the other people. Like, I can understand, I guess, that Meltzer and that Alvarez didn't like it that much. I mean, I think Alvarez said he'd give it 3.5 out of 5. So that's not hating it. It's not them that I'm really talking about. It's really these other people that are like, it was appalling and disturbing and disgusting. Are you kidding me? Chances are your mother's parenting skills are more appalling than what happened in this match. I think just people are nuts. I think it's a trend, honestly. Triple H versus Batista, Mania got attacked, and Orton versus Hardy in Hell in a Cell. Really, it did? That stuff got attacked. That stuff was lame. That stuff sucked. It wasn't even that good. Man, this world is full of idiots, man. The more we go on here with this garbage PC crybaby soft culture, the more I just want the comet or the asteroid to come. Send the asteroid, man. You bunch of just cowards out there. Unbelievable. Just stupid. I wonder how many people are bitching about this match like AEW in the first place. That's a great point. It could be all just idiot hater people anyway, I suppose. I want to see more physical blood. Rob Nowitz, Fire Breather. I honestly really loved the Moxley versus Omega. I didn't even grow up watching the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, ECW. I'm not even a hardcore guy. I guess WWE Extreme matches conditioned people to hate hardcore. Maybe it did. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's all these new people. Man, WWE hardcore matches are horrible. They're not even hardcore. It's been that way for 10 years now. WWE Extreme Rules is always a garbage show. So now it's like these people think Extreme is like when you just like break the stairs and when somebody has a chain in the match or like a chair gets swung once or twice. I mean, God, what did people think when Seth Rollins' mouth was bleeding with Bray Wyatt? All these same people that loved that said this was grotesque, but they liked when Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, destroyed Seth Rollins in this cage and made his mouth bleed, almost seemingly murdering him at Hell in a Cell. Like everybody's a moron, you know. They are contradicting themselves in a stupid way. So many comments, fickle people. Saturn Light, don't know why you're shocked people crap on everything. Jesus. Here's where the reason why I saw the What Culture video, Big Matt was the one who brought it to my attention. What Culture called it the most controversial match ever. What the F? Not even close. I agree. I guess that guy's never seen a lot of New Jack matches. Just ridiculous. This is why John Moxley this is what John Moxley was famous for, crazy death matches. And this wasn't even near the type of death matches that the guy used to do. Or maybe it was near it, but it wasn't even, it was done in a very good way compared to some of the other ways. Lost Viking says, I'm not into hardcore matches, and not really a big Omega fan, but I thought Moxley versus Omega was pretty good. Not my thing, but they did a good job. Enough blood to make me squeam a bit. Jesus, really? But I kept expecting them to ramp up the gore. Was planning to turn it off at a point, but that moment never came. They kept it relevantly clean while providing the feeling that it was dangerous. Jesus. Well, I question. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I really respect that you commented that. To be honest, but I mean, if that makes you squeam, I mean, I don't think you should be watching wrestling. But whatever, I get it. Jericho versus Cody was quite good. The run-ins were fun and didn't feel too silly. I liked the match myself, yeah. Have to say, I quite enjoyed Page versus Pac. Vanilla match, but the work was solid. I mean, it was solid. It was okay match, but yeah, it was a filler. Didn't care for the Bucks. The match was acceptable, your typical Bucks match, but the promo was confusing. The whole thing was confusing, to be honest, to me. I mean, I don't understand what anybody liked. See, nobody can give me, like, I just don't know what they liked about it. Yeah, standard blah matches. That's what all happened before Cody and Jericho. A bunch of standard blah matches happened. That's what happened. And many of them were executed poorly or had botches or made no sense. That's what happened before Cody Rhodes and Jericho finally had a good match. And then Moxley and Omega had a very interesting hardcore lights out match. I don't know what we're talking about. You know what I mean? I looking at these, I mean, most of you guys agree with me, so it's like, I mean, I know that you're sub to me, so we must all think a little bit along the lines. But, yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'm getting that, like, looks like 90% of you pretty much agree that, like, this is a non-issue. Where are these people coming from? So that must tell you it's coming from these, like, WWE people who just saw the pictures of the match and saw some of the GIFs, and they were like, oh, wow, that's just awful. Like, this is why they're not WWE. Like, these just moronic, mesmerized, mongoloid fans from WWE who are either underage young people who are on Twitter and you're arguing with them, or they literally, bless their souls, have something wrong with them. And by that I mean a disability of some kind. Many of them do. If you research it, you'll find that many of them have major issues, mental issues, or learning disabilities and things like that. And you start realizing, wow, I'm fighting with this person. I am an idiot. And that's typically what it tends to be when it tends to be WWE fanboys saying that this is too bloody, or I mean, maybe there's some of them are SJW crybaby Twitter people, but it's mostly just garbage. Anyway, guys, Tuesday Night Throwdown. We're going to be starting the show in a little while, so I hope you guys are here for that. Just about an hour away from Tuesday Night Throwdown. Make sure you come over to my other channel, Corrupted Nation, and make sure you guys become a patron, because my YouTube channels could be going away soon. You never know. With these new rules coming out, we may be gone soon. So make sure that you become a patron and that you know all my social media and my personal website, joecroninshow.net. Here's some other videos you might have missed, and I will see you tonight on Throwdown.